recording. All right, very good. So we'll go over. We're going to shut the chat down now, and bear with me. The Q&A will be open. All right, very good. Use the Q&A for any questions. So I'm going to share my screen here for a second and go over what you can expect today.
So I got my high-tech notepad here all ready for if I have to take notes.
Wait a minute. Is that what I accuse you having an Apple iPad? There you go. That's awesome. Okay, so what can you expect? Let me make that a little bit bigger. It's not gonna. Oh, there we go. All right, about a 45-minute overview, give or take. You're going to see an overview of the system. We're going to follow along with some questions and answers. Again, if you don't wait, please do put your questions in the Q&A when they arise, and then we'll review them after. You're going to see a fully autonomous crypto trader and money management system enhanced with AI agents. It's a mouthful, but it doesn't exist anywhere else. If you're in the crypto market, maybe you're new to it, but if you've seen talking about AI bots and this and that and the other, there is no system like this. It's got 24 years of trading data created by Mr. Barsano, who's got 50 years of programming experience, even though he's only 52. So he started early. And it has over a 3.5, just about a 3.5 year track record of automating the crypto trading market with a proven record. This part's going to blow you away, and I should have made it bold and big. With triple-digit returns in the past, we're not predicting the future, in an 80% down crypto winter since it was launched in April of 21. It doesn't require any skills. Just pay attention. Once it's connected, you're going to hear this multiple times. It is 100% set it and forget it. That's not going to make sense to you out of the gate until you see it, but please listen up. Takes no learning curve. The next point is what it's done for me. It's actually changed my financial life, the trajectory of the legacy that I'm creating for my family. And this is a no BS. This is not a sales pitch. This is an educational piece of the puzzle. It simply works. We are going to be coming out with a considerable amount of testimonials to follow, not in today's, but stay tuned, keep up with us, and we'll make sure that you get those communications. So I said again before we turn the camera on, please do all of your research. We're going to give you some billion-dollar reports that you can use to make a decision whether this fits into your to automating part of your financial future. So we're going to give you that opportunity before you even consider purchasing. So pay attention to that. We'll be putting some notes and some links for all of the things we're going to share within the chat. So we chat one way. If you've got questions, just put them in. So it's like owning your own personal trader that sits in another room, not to steal Mr. Hevesy, my trusted partner and friend, but he's going to tell a little story. So what's the payoff? Tell you the payoff for me. My personal testimonial is it has put me in a position very quickly where I have more money at the end of the month versus what the general system is you always have just enough maybe to pay the bills and usually a lot more month left over than the money. So with that, big red disclaimer is that this is for information and educational purposes only. Nothing that we share with you today is intended or should be considered financial, legal, or tax advice. And if you, however, if you ask Mr. Barsano some marital advice, he might chime in. So with that, I'm going to stop the screen share. We'll share some other things along the way from an admin perspective, but I'd like to introduce you to my good friend and a very good friend and business partner, Attila Hevesy. He and I are here as the direct support relationship with Crypto Casey. We love Crypto Casey. There's a good chance that the reason why you're here is because you've seen her talk about. And a couple of weeks ago, if you missed it, she was live. She's threatening to come back on again, so please stay tuned. You can sign up for this webinar. We do it every week at 2 o'clock. You're welcome to sign up. Again, it's educational. It's our privilege to be able to share this with you. And our special guest today is Mr. Barsano. As I always say, the if you took Warren Buffett and jammed him together with
Marilyn Monroe.
not Marilyn Monroe, with Einstein, you'd end up, or with Attila. We were joking off camera before. What did I say I was going to call him today?
Satoshi Nakamoto.
Oh,
Uh,
this may be the real
Satoshi.
Satoshi that created Bitcoin. So maybe
you caught me.
So with that, let me turn it over to
And the secret to success is drink smart water.
right. If you buy a trader, we'll send you a smart water. So with that, I'll turn it over to
That's not true.
Mr. Hevesy, and we'll go from there. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thank you, Edward. And my part of the education on behalf of, as Edward said, we are the educational and support arm for Crypto Casey to support all of you. So my part of the education is to tell you a short, concise story on how this all came about, how I met Mr. Barsano, a little bit of his background, a tiny bit of mine, and then basically elaborate and ask Mr. Barsano some key questions, the most frequently asked questions that we get out in the field. So let me start by saying that my background is mainly financial. I've been in the financial services business most of my life. I don't want to bore you with the details, but let's fast forward to almost 5 years ago, September 2020. I was in the right place at the right time, and I decided to take advantage of this digital money revolution. I got a taste of it in 2017. Somebody back then introduced me to a Bitcoin mining project that didn't last long term, but I made money, and I loved the concept of sovereign money. You know, getting the banks and frankly the government out of the way between you and me if I want to do business with you or just send you finances. So I was kind of hooked at that point. I caught the fever, but life got in the way. But in 2020, in September, I just started like a fiend soaking this information up. I'm self-taught and every day, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, just learning. And then I developed a very nice crypto portfolio for myself. But I'm really, at the end of the day, I love cash flow. There's a saying, when I was growing up, the saying was, son, cash is king. I believe that's out the window. I believe that's been replaced with cash flow is king. If there's enough cash flow during the month, like Edward said, life is good. If there isn't, life is not so pleasant. So, you know, I'm always searching and always looking. But back in 2012, what happened was I was introduced to our special guest today. His background is such that he was in the Navy, learned how to program, and several years after that got hired as one of the original first 300 programmers for Microsoft Corporation. Imagine in the mid 80s. Guys, that's a long time ago, and that's when Microsoft was going like this, vertical. It was insane. So he got really good at what he did. He was kind of a rock star there for 9 years before retiring, a very young man, 39, I think. And then what happened was he was bored. So he started to learn about stock trading and got heavily invested in that. But in 2000, he lost his shirt in that stock trading debacle crash in 2000. And he said, you know what? I could see this is rigged against the average person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to level the playing field and I'm going to build for the masses, for the average person, not the guys on Wall Street. I'm going to build a fully robotic, autonomous stock market trader so that people don't have to gamble. They could actually win at this game, and I'm going to level the playing field. He did just that. And it worked tremendously. I mean, imagine this. You download some software it took 60 to 90 minutes. Back then, it was a little bit cumbersome, I must admit, because I bought the trader back then. I used it religiously. And, you know, 60 to 90 minutes, if you really are not that familiar with software and how to set something like that up, was a little cumbersome. But once it was set up, it was miraculous. I mean, it turned on 30 minutes before the stock market opened in the mornings on Monday, traded for you all day, taking profits, buying more when the price went down, and then it shut off at 4 p.m. when the market closed. 100% unattended, which was unheard of for the masses. So things went very well. I don't want to bore you with everything that happened between the time I met Mr. Barsano in 2012 and now, but he ended up selling out to a hedge fund in 2019 that had previously purchased many, many licenses from him. Now we get to the very, very interesting part of the story for me, because I just told you a few minutes ago, I'm a cash flow guy. And back in March of 24, I had a little bit of a rough day at the office, and I'm like, okay, I got a great crypto portfolio that'll be very good to me in my buy and hold positions. I'm a hodler, but I need to make I need to subscribe to the Warren Buffett theory. And Warren Buffett said a long time ago, but he's dead on. If your money is not making you money while you sleep, you're going to work till you die. Let's face it, folks, you could only work so hard. You could work yourself to the bone, but your money's got to multiply itself while you're sleeping. So it took me 24 hours because I was thinking, how the heck do I multiply my crypto? Just have my crypto make more crypto on its own. And I've done some yield farming and this and that. I always thought that was not very user-friendly yet. It will be soon, but not yet. Back, this was 3-4 years ago. Bottom line is, it took me about a day, but it hit me right between the eyes. And I said to myself, my goodness, I totally forgot about my buddy Ed Barsano. I'll bet my life on the fact that somewhere in the last 3 to 4 years, he developed a robotic trader for the crypto market besides the stock market. And I still had his phone number. I called him. I tracked him down. We had a great chat. We chatted for 3 hours, and he said a few very important things to me, which I want to convey to you before I introduce him. The first thing he said was, Attila, this is like the stock trader. As soon as I turned it on, I realized this is light years ahead. The crypto trader is light years ahead of the stock trader. And he said, here's 4 reasons why that you'll be able to relate to. He's telling me that. He said, number 1, stocks trade 5 days a week, 6 hours a day. Crypto market is 24/7, 365. I said, absolutely, Ed. Number 2, he said, Attila, you know that in any trading in the world, whether it's precious metals, Forex, stocks, crypto, you absolutely must have a ton of up and down volatility, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, nonstop. He said, there's no asset class that is more volatile than crypto. I said, you better believe it. Number 3, he said, I fixed a little bit of a problem we had. It's not downloadable software anymore. It's now web-based. So guess what, folks? I bought the trader on the spot. I was trading live in less than 10 minutes. The simplicity compared to 2012 was night and day. But the last thing he said to me, number 4, was the one that really hit home for me, and the one that I was like, oh yeah, this is great. And that is the fact that he told me that, Attila, all I did was I created an API connection to your own Coinbase or your own Kraken account. So you control your money's safe 100% of the time. Nobody could touch it. Now, let me tell you why this hit home. I hate to admit this, but when I got in this 4.5, almost 5 years ago now, since then, I've lost over $100,000 in 5 different blockchain crypto cash flow projects. Now, I knew I was going to lose some money. I didn't think it would be that much because I knew it was early. It was the wild, wild west. I was expecting to lose some, but $100,000 hurts. I've made a lot more, but that hurts. So when he told me that we control our money and it's safe and it's not sitting on a third party, my crypto will not be sitting on a third party, some company, XYZ company out of Bangladesh, where, they control my crypto, not me. I was thrilled to death. I said, this is great news. So, like I said, I bought the trader. It's been very good to me. I'm 11 months in now. And I said, Ed, we got to spread the word on this. And later on, Edward actually connected with Crypto Casey, and she was blown away once she bought the trader and ran it for a couple months. She couldn't believe her eyes. So with that, we invited Barsano on here, the creator of this genius platform, to answer not only your questions at the end, we will have a Q&A, but to answer the most common questions we run into. So Ed, as always, thanks again for joining us this Wednesday. Pleasure to have you.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. So the first question that we always get, Ed, is, recently in the last 1 to 2 years particularly, we've heard these names being thrown out quite liberally, and that is AI bought this, AI bought that, crypto trading, AI bought this, AI bought that. What separates your robotic crypto trader with AI from these buzzwords we hear being thrown around so loosely out there in the marketplace? Because there is a difference. Can you explain to everyone what that is?
Maybe the deep learning it might be the difference.
Yeah.
Well, first off, thank you for inviting me. I always enjoy these. I hope you folks know this is going to go 3 hours today.
No, it is not.
All right, 2 hours and 50 minutes.
We've
like
done that
last week.
before.
Last week was 2 hours and 50 minutes. Okay, so I hope y'all have a lot of questions. I love just flood me with questions. I love it. I learn a lot, and I got my pad here. I actually learn from what folks say, what they ask for. So, but to talk about AI, I've been doing AI since '89. Since my Microsoft days. So I know it like the back of my hand. And I actually went to a class all the way back in '89 with McDonald's, believe it or not. And they were trying to use it to calculate the traffic patterns to figure out where to put the next McDonald's. And they had a funny joke. They said Burger King builds theirs right across the street from us. So, they do all the work and then Burger King capitalizes on it. But, AI is a learning system and it gets smarter over time. And when it first starts, it doesn't know anything. You can give it a little information, and some of you have heard me say it before. You could tell it 1 + 1 is 2. But if you don't tell it that, it won't know it. And even if it's going to see a lot of wrong information over the years. It has to learn, it has to see it to know the answer to it. And these new bots that are popping up all over, they didn't exist. All right, I've been doing robotic trading for the stock market since 2000, and I was the only robotic trader all the way till now, actually. I don't think there are any fully robotic stock traders. In 2006, TD Ameritrade called me out of the blue and said, "Will you automate us?" And I said, "How? How do you even know me? I don't advertise or anything." So I was surprised. And he answered with 2 words, and I thought they were the most profound 2 words you could ask for. He said, "You're real." I mean, that's all I had to hear, now I know he knows me because I was real. And, so they wanted me to connect my AI robotic traders to their TD Ameritrade clients. And then a year later, E-Trade called and said, "Will you connect to us too?" So I had thousands of clients, and I learned a lot during that process because people are feeding me information, so, what works, what doesn't work, that kind of stuff. But when you're talking about AI, if you just started last year, then your AI simply is a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old. It doesn't know what it doesn't know. A 1-year-old doesn't know, or a 2-year-old does not know anything that happened before 2 years ago. And so that's the thing. I don't even see how their AI could ever even work. And AI isn't, if someone's bragging that, "Oh, look at me, I have an AI trader." I never did that, and I had AI in my traders all the way since 2000. Because AI isn't the driving factor in a robotic trader. AI is a nice bell and a whistle. It's a nice checks and balances when the robotic trader is getting ready to make a trade. it can call the AI and say, what do you think? Do you agree with me? But the trader is the star of the dish, as Edward put it. The trader is the star of the dish. The trader knows how many shares to buy. The trader knows when to buy. The trader knows how to does all the money management, the reserving of funds so that you can trade more at lower prices, where you don't go all in at the top. If you're many people, when they're trading manually, they'll want to put all their money in right away. And of course, when the market drops, then they're dead. They're just buying holders. They're praying that it'll go back up. We're never in pray mode. We have a lot of other things in life to pray about. We certainly don't need to be praying that a coin is going to go higher. That's crazy. So when a coin goes lower, the software has reserve money so it can buy more down here. Some of you may have noticed that the market has dropped. The prices in the crypto market in the last 6 weeks have dropped 50 to 65%. That's a huge price drop. But the auto traders are feasting on that because we're taking advantage. It used to be only the rich took advantage of that. When the market drops a lot, the rich are going in at the bottom and loading up. But we're doing it also. Our auto traders are buying more as it goes lower, and as it wiggles, we're taking profits. So we're always taking money. So, and again, the AI plays a very small role in that process. The AI is just a checks and balances. Do you agree with me? Do you think it's going to go higher? That kind of stuff. But the most important thing, and like I said, the trader is the star of the dish, not the AI. So if anybody's bragging that they have AI, it tells me they have nothing.
Excellent answer. Excellent answer. Thank you. And, as we go through this, folks, before I ask Ed the next question, please keep two things in mind at the forefront of your mind. When we say to you that this trader is set it and forget it, we mean that literally, so that you buy the license, you go live with, I don't know, $5,000 or $50,000 or $1,000 or whatever. You could literally take a 6-month vacation to the other side of the world, and this trader will be trading for you on Ed Barsano's
Servers.
servers. Thank you. Skipped my mind. On the servers. You don't even need an internet connection. Let's say you lost your phone and you didn't bring your computer and you have no internet for 6 months. You're in the middle of the jungle somewhere in South America. It's taken profits for you, and when the market goes down, it buys more. Second thing I'd like you to keep in mind, which is most important, and I mentioned it earlier, please realize very clearly what he's created here for the masses. Without somebody being an accredited investor, without somebody knowing anything about trading, without anybody knowing anything about crypto, you hardly have to know anything about computers. He's put together a system that allows people to literally make money while they sleep. It's really, like Edward said, when you take all the factors together, the 24-year track record, the fact that Mr. Barsano was sent to learn about AI in 1989, all that experience, the fact that it's set it and forget it, over 2.5 million lines of code, all those there's nothing like this. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. So Ed.
Well, let me interrupt you because thought came to mind. So remember this, right? And I said this to you before, Ed, about the quality of the data, right? I kind of like, I got to thinking about it, the idea that Wikipedia, you go to Wikipedia and people get to write their own version of the facts, right? With your trading system, it's a completely closed system. So all of the years, it's not only 24 years of data, it's 24 years exponentially multiplied by the thousands of people that you have using the system. That's every single trade feeds, as I say, the board, feeds all the tentacles, feed the nucleus, right? So it's really that powerful, and the quality of the data makes a big difference. Like I use the Wikipedia idea, right? This is a closed network. The information,
right.
As a matter of fact, your system sits behind the internet. It's an intranet. It needs no reason to go out to the internet, which is not only good for the quality of the data, but it's also good for the security, right? Everybody's got a direct connect between their Kraken or Coinbase account and your system, and it's a closed network that's never been hacked and never can be hacked because it's not connected, right? Does that make
Right.
sense?
Right, it absolutely does. And like Attila said, he mentioned that it's 2.5 million lines of code. That's actually multiple programs that are running on my servers that are feeding the auto trader. So the auto trader only has to think about intelligence. It doesn't have to think about data. The auto trader actually, every auto trader, that is, each auto trader, each client has his own auto trader. It's its own executable that is running on the servers, and each trader is writing to files every minute that is feeding the AI. So the AI is getting smarter and smarter, literally by the minute. I mean, this is not a toy. This is 25 years of nonstop, no life, all right? You can call it no life. This is my life. I literally live and breathe these auto traders for 25 years.
I'll
And
witness
talk
that.
about
Yep.
pressure. I got pressure. I got people telling me that my life, you saved my retirement. My life depends on this. My life savings is in this. Ed, if I lose this, that's pressure, a little bit of pressure, you think about it, but I'm not here to let anybody down. I live and breathe this stuff, and I've got so much feedback. It's the feedback that really feeds me. I'm like a little kid. I got, oh, Eddie, you're doing good. I got to hear that all, and I hear it all the time. Literally every day, by the way,
Well,
every day. I'm hearing it.
somebody called and said, what was it last week? Somebody sent a note in that said, you will certainly have a reserved place in heaven. We ought to call you, it ought to be Saint Barsano. That's cool.
But I have taken a corrupt, I don't know, I hate to call it a corrupt market, but it certainly wasn't geared for the public. It was directly steered, for the wealthy to get richer. And just like that's happened in this last 5, 6 weeks, where the markets dropped, where the prices have dropped 65%. They've gone all the way down, I mean, pretty far in a short period of time. Now, normally, in a normal world, the wealthy load up on that. But we are also loading up on it. But we're even doing it better than they are. We've been buying, and the whole time we're buying and selling. So while the prices are going down, we're going down 65%. We were buying and selling down, up, down, up, down, up. So what was happening is in the last month, we've had a 65% down trend. And while it was trending lower, we were kept buying and selling. So we're locking in profits, but the software has prepared you. You've got all this beautiful inventory that was bought on the way down that we're going to sell off on the bounce. And I don't know if you guys have been watching the news, but there hasn't been any. There hasn't been any. Even though the Trump White House has hired 5 powerful support
Advisors.
internet, or not internet, crypto people that are going to make this crypto great. They haven't even talked about it. All we keep hearing about is Elon this and Elon that. But nobody's talking about all the stuff that they're doing behind the scenes for the crypto market. And that's why it's all crashing, because the rich are going to get richer. And when that thing bounces back, we're all going with it.
Yep.
So I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm super excited.
Yeah. No, well, Ed, you kind of touched on a response to my next question, which is the second most often asked question, or it's not really a question, it's a point of confusion. When somebody gets the license and they put in, let's say, any amount of money, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, they're shocked almost. Not everybody, but some people are just shocked that all that money is not pulled right into the trader right away. That has to do with your main strategy and your money management system. Can you touch on that?
Well, it's what we talked about. It
Right.
doesn't put all your money in at once. When the price, it puts your toe in the water up here. If it goes higher, it can buy and sell up there. If it goes lower, we have reserve money so we can buy more at lower prices. So you don't care where the price goes. You don't care where the money goes. I mean, it's simply not the money, but you don't care where the price of the coin goes. It doesn't matter. Like I said, they dropped these coins 65%, and you're still buying and selling. La-di-da-di-da, every day taking profits. Just how beautiful is that? While the market's all the way down.
Yep.
But when you first get the trader and you see it only put your toe in the water up here, and all that other money is sitting on the sideline, you're thinking that the software is not using it. Yes, it's not buying cryptos with it, but it is using it in its calculations. It's reserving money. Picture if I was to flip this sideways and call this a toll road. Each coin is a toll road. Now, when you first start, you only put one toll booth up because that's all you needed. But if the price starts going lower, it starts building more toll booths. You only build them as you need them. Think of it that way. You can build 25 toll booths with this trader. That's the default setting, is to build 25 toll booths, but it doesn't build them all right away. So when you think it's not using your money, it's using it in the calculations. So it really is using it. You just don't see it using it.
That's brilliant. I love that. Another really, really good visual that you have that helps people is that bucket in the well.
Sure. You want me to show that?
Yeah, why don't you bring that up? That is so cool.
All right. I know. I think it is too. So before I bring it up, I like to explain it first. So
Sure.
I'm presenting to this audience in Raleigh, North Carolina, a little over a year ago, and the topic was on AI, creating AI systems. And so I imagine I got a whole room full of 80 people, programmers. All right. So but I saw a whiteboard, and I'm a magnet when I see a whiteboard. I'm a magnet to a whiteboard. You can't resist it. So I went up and I drew a picture of a bucket in a well. And I'm not a good artist. You can tell by my junky website, right? Graphic artist. So I draw a bucket in a well, and I ask the audience if the bucket goes from the top to the bottom and gets the water and goes all the way back up and dumps it out, and then repeats that, goes all the way down, goes all the way up, and dumps it out, how much water can it pump in a lifetime? And of course, there are a bunch of engineers in there. The first question they said is, how big is the bucket? I said, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Even if it was the size of a cup, it's doing it for a lifetime. So how much water will it pump? And then they started throwing numbers out: 1,000,000 gallons, 1,000,000,000 gallons, 1,000,000,000,000 gallons. Nobody in the room questioned that. Nobody said no way to any of those answers. So then I said, well, what if it's the crypto market and it doesn't have to go all the way down, and it just has to go down a little and up a little, and you pump money? And no matter where it goes, you just keep pumping money. Buy, sell, pump, buy, sell, pump, buy, sell, pump. No matter where it goes, it doesn't matter where it goes. You just keep pumping money. It doesn't have to go all the way down. It doesn't have to go all the way up. Just pump money wherever you're at. Small moves, down, up, pump, down, up, pump. How much money will it pump? And this isn't a trick question, folks. Everybody should think about it. Down, up, pump. 3% down, 3% up. Give me money, free money, no matter where it goes, forever. So then the room went silent, and then I heard one guy in the audience go, there's no way that could be real. I love it. I just love it. There's no way that could be real. It is absolutely real. If a bucket could go down and get water and go all the way back up and pump it out and pump billions of gallons, there's no reason you can't pump billions of dollars. It's free money, man. The crypto market is free money. So let me go ahead and I'll show you.
Well, you've created a paradigm shift in the way that people think. Literally, a good friend of mine calls the system the miseducational, misdirectional system, because they literally do not teach you how to think this way.
Yeah, buy, sell, buy, Goes up a little, sell and pump money, free money. Goes lower, it doesn't matter where it goes. Buy, sell, pump money. You're just going to keep pumping money forever. You can hold these few losers up here that went lower, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to pump it thousands of times. But watch what happens when you get a 20% move or something. When the coin jumps up, you sell all these off too. It's kind of like I have a picture of let me go back here and I drew this. This came off Coin Market Cap. This is 1 year of ACH, Alchemy Pay. ACH, we all trade ACH, right? This is all these down ups, it was free money, right? It didn't even matter that it went down. Buy, sell, pump, buy, sell, pump. We got all, even though it's down here, we're already up 100%. We don't even care. It's all a joke. It's just keep giving me free money. But then what did it do 3 weeks ago? It jumped 150% from 2 cents to 4.5 cents. Boom. When it did that, every share you bought for the last year sold off. All free money, man. Not only did we take the wiggles, we took it all, man. We just took it all. Just free money, man. I don't know what to say, man. The market is an insult to humanity, man. And I knew it all the way back in 2000 when I first started creating the stock trader. But I wanted to know, what do the people know first? I didn't want to just say, Ed, you know it all, even though I knew I did know it all. I still wanted to just really see what others know. So that's why, Attila, in the old system, it had 10 screens of things you could do. Because, and it turns out it was 10 screens of ways to blow yourself up. Everybody was doing all kinds of stuff. They were gambling all over the place. With the new system, not only after I sold the old system that was downloadable software, I rewrote the software to be web-based. So it runs on my servers. I don't have to worry about you having problems with your computer, downloading software. And then I got rid of all the chasing of the indicators and chasing of everything else. I said, we're going to chase one thing. We're going to chase money directly. We're not going to let that market breathe without giving us money. Every one of these wiggles is free money. Whether it's a big move or a little move, it's just give me money, give me money, give me money. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And the auto trader does it all by itself. You are like the tax man. You can't let these coins move even 3% without giving you money. But you can't go to the internet with that, right? If you put down on the internet that you're the tax man, the government will probably come in and say, he's not allowed to collect taxes. That's a joke, by the way, but I wouldn't put anything past them.
Well, also, if you did that, Doge might shut you down.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just like paying taxes. It's like give me free money, or running toll booths, the toll booth industry in this country. I don't know if any of you have ever Googled it. It's multi-billions of dollars a year. Billions of dollars a year. And what are they taking? 30 cents here, $1.50 there? And they don't care where you're going or what you're doing. It's like, and I don't care either. I don't care what these companies do. Just keep giving me free money every day of my life.
You
So
sound a little bit excited about this. I
it's
mean, like I said in the intro, you've literally changed not only the way that people think about their own finances, being able to take control safely of their own finances, be in a closed net system that directly connects from your private intranet into their own Coinbase. And as long as their Coinbase account is secure, which you also show people how to do that, we also share information about that, right? Then you've given the advantage to the people. I gave you my personal testimony and just a little snippet of it, but you've literally created an opportunity to create cash flow for the rest of my life.
Yeah. By the way, folks, we are going to see a live trader here just in a couple minutes. So that's when that's when the real fun starts, when you see a trader in action, and we're going to be explaining everything about it. So sit tight. We're almost there. Go ahead, Ed.
I just like this animation. I think it's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So, was there a third question, or was that what? Are we only on question number 2, by the way?
No, I mean, most of the, frankly, I say you go to the trader because once you're on the trader, that's where all the other questions pop up.
Okay.
We could show people, for example, what it looks like when a profit or a buy is using AI, how that differentiates from ones that aren't using AI. Maybe you could start with that.
Well, you can see down at the bottom of the screen, it shows all your filled orders today and every day. If there's no date on the right-hand side here, you see just times, no date. I make it easy because sometimes you have 4 or 5 screens of today's trades, and you don't want to be looking at dates. I can just see that if it's no date, I know that's today. Just like I can glance down here and see these 2 trades, these 2 closed trades were today. One at 2:17 in the morning. I don't know how many of you were awake. I wasn't. And at 3:56 in the morning, I was sleeping then too. And on a down day, there's ACH. Oh no, ACH is up 3%. Cool. So not only did it sell those 2, it rebought them again. There's one buy there and another buy there for ACH. And AI got involved on these 2 trades. That means the price was going lower and the software said, I want to buy more. Do you agree, AI? And the AI said, no, I don't agree. I don't think you should buy it yet. Wait, it's going lower. So the AI got involved. Whereas you can see these other buys, these other coins, this buy here said add, but it doesn't have AI at the end. And so does this one. So each AI for each system is completely separate.
Wow, that's
Which
great.
is really cool, So there's a lot of AIs going on here, a lot of independent AIs.
What
So it
about,
shows you all your open positions over here. Here's the powerful thing over here to look at, these 3 columns. Everything open positions is just open inventory that's going up and down. But closed positions is just profits that keep going higher and higher and higher. We never sell at a loss. It's like throwing marbles in a jar. It's just watch it fill up for the rest of your life, and nothing anybody can do to stop it. It's almost like you're doing something illegal. It really does. It's diabolical is what it is. You
And
almost feel like you got to be shut down because this can't be right. However, if you think of a 7-Eleven or a Quick Mart or any grocery stores, what are they doing? They're stocking a shelf and then they're selling it at a higher price. Are we doing anything different than that? We are. You know what we're doing differently? We're not having to lease a building. We're not having to hire employees. We're not having to buy stock shelves. That's what we're doing differently. We're a 7-Eleven without the bricks and mortar. You don't have to have licenses or special, you don't have to be an investment advisor or anything like that. Anybody can sign up, put in the coins, point it at Coinbase or Kraken, one of those exchanges. That's your exchange where your money is sitting, and watch that bad boy go. Watch it go. It takes
Ed,
over from there.
Ed, you breezed over something that I want to make sure that people focus on what you said. Your money management system and platform does not sell at a loss. It's specifically programmed not to do that. As it
Yeah, you
collects
see down
inventory,
here where you can see your profit loss, see the profits it made? You can scroll down and look at all this. Yesterday was 225, right? These are all yesterday, yesterday. There's a buy there. And then here's 225, 225, 225. Let me scroll down further. And then it did more, it did some buying. And then the day before yesterday was a nice buy day with one sell in the middle of it. Sometimes somebody calls me on a big up day, like yesterday was a big up day. I get phone calls, people saying, I want to be all in. I want all my money to be buying right now. And I tell them, you do realize everything we're selling on this beautiful up day, was bought on a down day. So call me on a down day and tell me you want to be all in. Nobody ever calls. Nobody ever calls when the market's down. I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, let me put a point on what I had just suggested that the system is programmed not to sell at a loss. So people often ask us, well, what's the risk of using this software or using this system? And there's no guarantees, but from my point of view, the only thing that can cause you to lose money when using this system is if you
Is you.
is if you change the settings or you force a closed position. Literally, you've taken all of the gamble. What do I say to you? You've made making money boring.
Well, look at my 30-day profits. 34,000. I can't spend that much in a month. I don't know what to buy, just blowing money like that. It's just every day. It's just free money. Today's a down day pretty much. All these coins, this one's down 5%, this one's down 2%, this one's down almost 8%. And you see this? Here's the deal. Your open positions, I'm down $44,000. All right? Not worried about it because I have a lot of money for that coin allocated specifically for that coin. I've taken 7,500. And so the thing is, I'm not going to let that trick me, because if I scroll down, if I hit the plus on this, I can see on the right hand side how much I'm down on each lot, each of those wiggles I told you about. If I scroll down to the bottom, I can see in a month this coin dropped 65%. So don't try to, that's manipulation, or that's designed to scare the little guy. The little guy would scare out because he's a buy and holder, so he bought up here everything, and then the coin dropped 65%, and then he panics and sells at a huge loss. I'll never sell at a loss. You know why? Because I'm selling the first lot. I'm going to sell the first one first, all the way up here. The first S right here, right there. I'm only down 2.82% on that one. As soon as it goes up 3%, I'll sell it. The software will sell it. I won't sell it. It's actually calculating the next buy already up here. It already knows where it's going to buy next. It's got to drop to that price, 0.013. And right now it's at 0.014. So it's got to drop more before I'm willing to buy again. And the software's doing the money management. I can trade that coin all the way to the bottom. And they literally have to go out of business to hurt me. And I'm just going to keep taking free money forever. It doesn't even matter where the price goes. It's irrelevant. People look at the prices and they shouldn't. Don't worry about the prices. Don't worry about that. When a store sells a bottle of ketchup, they sell it for $4 a bottle. They make 8 cents a bottle. It's not about how much, it's not about anything other than selling a lot of bottles. That's all they care about. I'm going to sell a lot of bottles of ketchup.
Yep.
My example, I made up an example a little while ago. I said, if you put one bag of potato chips on your shelf in a 7-Eleven, one bag of chips, and a school bus with 20 kids comes in, how many bags of potato chips are you going to sell? The answer is one. That's all you got on the shelf. But if you have 20 bags, and let me find my 20 bags. Oh, there they are. There's all my 20 bags. Look at them all. Count them up. I got 20 bags of potato chips. When that school bus pulls in, I'm selling 20. I might sell 20 bags in one day. All that inventory right there can disappear in a day or two. Boom, all gone, all profits.
Ed, we're coming across we're getting close to when it's time for us to start asking the Q&A section or portion. Can you cover the light blue area on the left real quick? I know you started this account, I think, with
Okay,
just under
this
two.
is a live trader.
Yep.
And it started in February 7th, 2023. This is how much it took today so far. I mean, yesterday it took over, if you looked at yesterday's profits, and if you add these up, you can see 2, almost 4, 5, 550, 650, 700 yesterday. And it fluctuates. It could be 3,000 in a day. So then it's got the 30-day profits taken, profits in the last month. Total profit since I turned it on is 313,000. Normally I save 100% of my profits. So normally that 313 would also be down here, but I've been living off of it. I have a Coinbase card. That's a Visa card. And anybody can go there. Go to coinbase.com/card and you can get a Visa card. And you'll be like me. Every time I stick that into a card machine to pay for something, what do I think in my head? The card that keeps on giving. It's, it's just like a free credit card. It just keeps giving. Because every day, I mean, I may not go out today to buy anything, and there's free money. I mean, it's just going to build up. I can't, I don't eat $34,000 worth of food a month, So,
Very cool. Okay. So the other question, as you know, Ed, is when we get a lot of questions, and I see one already, about what kind
look
of,
at Bitcoin, by the way,
yeah, it's,
down to 83,000.
yeah, good buying opportunity. So people say, what do you recommend? What do you suggest we could earn with a trader like this? What can I expect to earn? Well, we can't give you any kind of numbers like that. Obviously, as Edward said in the red on that first slide, we're not financial advisors. We're not giving you any financial or tax advice. We can't
Well, we can show you what clients did last year.
We could show you what the 1-year track record is on the top 50 accounts. So let's show people that because this is great. I love this trade reports. And by the way,
You go to the GoBabyTrade.com. It's right on the website.
well, hold on, Ed, hold on. Everybody on this call is going to click on Crypto Casey's link. It'll look just like this. But before you even buy the license, these are things you could click on, including what we're going to cover next, which is the highest trade counts, which is the $1 billion report that Edward mentioned up front. So
that's next. Right now we're gonna talk about this one, right? The
Right.
trades.
Yep. Folks, look
Well,
at
the trades, if you look at the trade report, it shows the starting balance from 1 year ago, the profits taken, and this is the most important column because that's your profits you actually took. And then your ending balance at the end of the year. And like you can see, this guy here started with 108. He took $132. That's 122%. It's a percent game. If you had $1 million, if that was $1 million, this would be 1,320,000. It would still be 122%.
Right.
And his ending balance. What I find interesting, and then you can go down here and just find an account that started with the account amount that maybe you started with. But here's like this. This guy started with 45,000 and made 52,000. That's 97,600. But yet he's got $970. 970. What am I looking at here?
Yeah, 52,045.
Oh yeah, right. This is 97,000, but this is 161,000.
Right.
How did it jump so much? It's because he threw about 50,000 into the account. This is a very common thing. If I go down further, I can just look at this guy started with 5,000. He took 5,000 in profits, which is 100% return. Can't get that in a bank. He should have 10,000 at the end, but he's got 30,000. Why? Because he threw another 20,000 in. And this is what happens. This is the phenomenon that happens. This is quantum physics. Because for some reason, the ending balance is way more than what it should be. And what the reason is once you see what the trader is making, you start trying to find money, all money from other projects, from other things you may be doing in your life, eventually makes it into GoBabyTrade. Because this is the place where you can just park your money and watch it grow without you doing anything. So if you had some other businesses might involve a lot of stuff, kind of like a Jack in a Box. you know, I go to Jack in the Box, and some of you may know they have 2 tacos for $1.78. I go through the drive-through window and I say, could I have 2 tacos for $1.78? Their first question is, would you like fries with that? And I go, no. And then they say, well, would you like a drink with that? No. I just want the 2 tacos for $1.78. They got to be going nuts there. They got all that overhead, and I'm not even spending $2. You know, I mean, that's what happens when you have overhead. You have no overhead here. That's the beauty. So, I mean, you can look at this one. He started with 22.5. He made just about 22.5. So he should have 45,000, but he's got 139,000. Why? Because he probably threw 100,000 more in. And that's why this 500,
Yeah, and by the way, folks,
517% is there.
this is another misconception. That person didn't throw $100,000 in the trader into GoBabyTrade. He put 100. He added 100. He or she
Right.
did $100,000 to either their Coinbase or their Kraken account. The trader
Right.
picks it up that you've added money. You don't
So
even.
he increased his account value is what he did by throwing more money in. But this is the most important column here. 99% return. That's unheard of. There's no industry. I don't know where you would get returns like that. You can't go and just walk into a bank or buy a bond or something and say, I want, give me 100%. I'm going to buy 100% return bond. Where's that? Well, it's right here. You could call this a 100% return bond almost. And it's instant. It's not, you don't have to wait around. You don't have to ask anybody. You don't have to beg somebody to give you back your money. And this is daily money. You see it right away. It's not like buying a coin and watching it go higher. You still own that coin. You haven't sold anything. You don't have any money. And when you sell it, then you're out of the coin. Whereas with GoBabyTrade, this is constant money, actual daily cash
Yeah, that's
that you
awesome.
can do whatever you want with.
Why don't we cover, before we go to the Q&A, let's cover that one more tab, the highest trade counts. And this is an amazing report. This is
also on the website, highest counts report.
right.
Yeah, this is what I call now the $10 billion report. It doesn't exist anywhere else.
Now this one here is way cool. It's got the highest counts, how many trades, if you were trading that coin last year, you would have made last year. 2,192, 2,118, 1,962. That's huge. That's a lot of, and these are all profitable trades, actual closed trades, money in your pocket. Now, if I search for Bitcoin, I'm jumping all the way down to line 289, 321 trades with 24 trades a year. A month, excuse me. And when I added this white section on here a couple months ago, this shows monthly. And you can see here's 16 trades in 1 month. Here's 12 trades in 1 month. Here's 19 trades in 1 month. Go to the top of the report and look at these. Now, even I don't like that first one because that 645 skewed the number because I still see small numbers here.
Right.
But look at WIF, WIF, the number 2 coin. Its lowest month was 55 trades. So if I start trading WIF, I feel comfortable that I'm going to get at least 55 trades.
Let me add.
Or I'm going to average 101 trades a month, but I know the minimum I'm going to get is 55. Or Pepe, the next one, 52 trades. I look at the lowest trade. I'm going to add that up over here for this next month in a week, because this is the February report and this is a monthly report. I keep improving things as I see the need. And instead of me having to eyeball these to find the ones that give me the most trades, that's over here, the monthly average. But then after I see that, I also want to look for, give me ones that don't have, like I don't want a coin down here that has 7 trades in a month or 11 trades, even though it has a nice 98 trade a month average, because it could be skewed by big months, a few big months.
So
So if I
let me
see a
give some.
7 and 11, I'm like, I don't want to trade coins that don't give me that many trades.
And may I add some context to what you're saying? So what we talked about even from the beginning, triple digit returns, and people got to think that we've got three heads and we're smoking something. But let me add some context when you show this whiff, as you mentioned, right? Its lowest month was 55. So the first level of context is these are all of this is data generated based on profitable trades in your system, not profitable trades in the atmosphere. This all comes when we talked about feeding the system that gets smarter and smarter every day.
It's
But
all custom to our ecosystem,
right, the
and that our auto traders can benefit from. It's
second thing I
direct
wanted to
benefit.
that second
I'm
thing I
not
want,
using Chat GPT. I'm not using OpenAI. I'm not using those other systems that are out there that is generic data that aren't custom to what I'm doing. These
right.
are very custom to the auto trader. The auto trader takes direct benefit to what I'm doing here.
So let me add a really significant level of context in that you talked about the 55, right? Even though it has an average of 101, talking about line number two whiff, right? 55 is your ideal coin with all of this data, which literally is not compiled anywhere else. You can't get it anywhere else. But if you look at that, your trader out of the gate, somebody signs up for it. Out of the gate, the strategy is set to a 3% profit, right?
Yes.
Is that fair? Okay. So if you're looking at just the worst month that you picked, 55 times 3% is 165% return on your money on that one coin in 1 month.
Nice. I know this report is gold. It's serious gold. So I'm going to add a column here. The next column over from this monthly average is going to be lowest month count. Lowest month's trades. And like this one here will have 15. This one will have 55. This one will have 52. This one will have 12. This one will have 48. This one over here will have 7. This one over here will have 11. I'm going to grab the lowest one, so I no longer have to look over on that right-hand column at all. I can just sort this list and say, give me the one that has the lowest month in the year.
Right. And
That's going to be sweet.
The last piece I'll contextualize so people can start thinking about the possibility of returns, which is almost what you can get in your bank, right? So 55 is 165% on your money in 1 month on one coin. Annualize that.
What bank are you banking at?
I just making sure you're listening. So annualize that. That's 1,987 80% return on your money if that were to travel through the year at just 55 count, which is the lowest.
A month. And you can see it actually, look at this, 82, 192 trades in 1 month. You know what's nice? GoBabyTrade clients don't have to trade garbage. You know where the garbage is? These coins down here at the bottom, near the bottom. 2 trades in a month, 3 trades in a month. See these blanks? That means 0 trades in a month. 2 trades, 2 trades, 5 trades, 11 trades, 15, 3, 8, 5, 7. Junk, junk, junk. Junk coins. We don't trade all this junk. There's 10,000 garbage cryptos out there, coins. Everybody wonders, which coins do I trade? I'll tell you what I trade. I trade the ones that are going to give me some movement. If I'm running a 7-Eleven or a Quick Mart, I want to put product on my shelf that's going to turn. I don't want to put something on my shelf that nobody's going to buy.
Guys,
I want to put the stuff that's going to sell the most of.
all right, this is awesome. This is an awesome report, and now we get into everybody's favorite part, which is the Q&A.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah, I know. So Edward, do you want to get it started?
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me take this Tums first.
That's hilarious. So please, everybody, look at the chat. So when we talked about clicking on the link to doing your research, I mentioned it at the beginning. I'll mention it again. If you can see the Crypto Casey GoBabyTrade Crypto Trader $1,000 discount link in the chat. That's what you want to click on and do your research. If you just go to GoBabyTrade.com and you decide, wow, I'd really like to buy one of these, then you're going to miss the discount of $1,000. Okay, so make sure you look at that. While I'm doing some housekeeping things, let me talk a little bit about the support that you have. Some of you that may have missed it at the beginning, I'm going to post into the chat now as well two emails, two support emails. RCT support at RCT Marketing Systems is Attila and I. If you have any questions, particularly if they're not covered here, or if you watch the replay tomorrow or the next day or anytime, and more questions pop in your head that you want some answers on, there's a couple of things on the also on the landing page where you saw those other reports. Actually, could you bring that up a second, Ed? Just right where people can click on the links to do their research. Yep, there you go. Okay, so you've got the frequently asked questions. We cover a whole lot there, so do your research there. Don't forget to click on the trade reports, do your research, the highest counts that we just covered. Ed's also got a very comprehensive blog as well. So
this is where I try to tell. This one blog right here is my important one. Don't do this when trading cryptos. I try to tell people, don't mortgage your house. You know, people do it actually. They get second mortgages. They're trying to find more money. Once you see the power of the auto trader, you start going crazy saying, where can I find more money to throw in this? And I try to talk people down there. I don't like the idea that if you didn't have a mortgage, you don't want to create a mortgage. It's just, I hate it. I hate the thought that you didn't have a mortgage and now you got one. It's like, I hate that idea. But I do understand that once you see the power of the auto trader, your natural inclination is, where can I find more money to throw in it? And that video there says, don't do it. I try to tell you not to do it.
yeah. So
because, you know, the market's not going anywhere. The crypto market is going to be here forever. It's a beautiful thing. So just, you know, just the growth that it has already in the account, that 100% return compounding over and over again, you're going to be rich so fast anyways.
Not
Not
financial advice.
Crazy.
Not financial advice, just what it's done.
Not financial advice, right?
So the first support at RCT Marketing Systems. Anything, any questions that you have, particularly if we don't get to all of them today, you can always send there. There's the frequently asked questions. The second is support at GoBabyTrade.com, which is if you have any technical questions, things what settings or why the trader does something, then just submit it to Ed Barsano's team, and we'll respond. The point I want to make is that we're very, very responsive to people. Folks that have dealt with us before, that have bought the trader, are pleasantly surprised that they get personalized and almost immediate response. So don't be shy about that. And the last piece before we get into the Q&A is, I mentioned to you at the beginning, some of you may have missed it if you came on late, but on February 12th, you missed the most amazing webinar. So I'm warning you, stay tuned because it might happen again. But the Crypto Casey was live with us. And if you happen to miss that, then this is not posted to her channel or anywhere.
That was great.
Our private link that you can watch the replay, and it was very, very exciting. She's a sweetheart. We love her because she educated herself, and when she educated herself, started back in 2018. She started creating videos, and that's how her channel got started. She figured, okay, it was beneficial to her to know this. Maybe it would be for you. Hopefully, you have the same sentiment that we have with Crypto Casey. Crypto
Casey is the smartest person I know in the crypto space. She knows everything. DeFi, Binance. I mean, you name it, she knows it. You should just go to YouTube and type in Crypto Casey and just watch her videos. You will learn so much. Better than buying a book.
Yeah.
Forget about reading a book. Watch her videos.
Yep, very good.
Just make a point of reading one video a day or watching one video a day. You will learn so much.
Most people doing that. Edward, let me grab the first couple. I'll tell you why. Lee has a question for you, Ed, and she did say that she bought the trader and funded it on January 30th. She put $26,000 in there. She's already made over $1,000 and she's thrilled, but she had a question. And by the way, she says, anybody wants to buy a storage facility in Texas, it's for sale. She wants to put her profits into the trader, as you pointed out, so aptly pointed out earlier. People are always, once they see how it works, they don't want to deal with employees and brick and mortar. They want to just, it's like freedom. But her question is this: could you elaborate on how taking profits out of Coinbase affects my trader? That is, I started with 20K in Coinbase, saving 100% profits with the trader. If I take $500 profits monthly, does it hurt my trader or my profits? Would it be better if I just let the trader keep all the profits and add to the funds in my Coinbase account?
Well, it doesn't really matter if the auto trader, you see this auto trader here has 103,000 saved, which means the auto trader is not using it. That money, or 106,000, it's just sitting there. It's the auto trader, that's profits, and it's just sitting there, and the auto trader knows not to use that money. So if you took $500 out, you would just go here and just remove, because you already took it out of the account at Coinbase, right? And spent it, or you took it out of Coinbase. So it already came out of your account value. So the software already sees 500 less. So then you could go over here to your Coinbase, your save bucket, and put minus 500. And you see that number right there, it's 500 less than that number. 753 versus 253. So you would deduct $500 from your total saved because you already took it out in cash. So yeah, you could do that. People live on the money in their save bucket. They just
So Ed, let's stop there for a minute because this is confusing to a lot of people. If you're putting minus 500, are you saying that that's money that could never be spent out of current profits, or that's
no, you're taking that 500 out of the money that you already have saved.
Ah,
It's like if you had a jar with $500, 1,000 in it, and you want to take 500 out, you take out 500 and go spend it. So now the auto trader,
all right.
it
So
doesn't see the 500 because you spent it already.
let's use an easy example. Somebody started with 10,000. After a month, they saved 100% and they made $1,000. So now in their Coinbase, they have $1,000 profit. The trader, and now they change their settings from 100% saved to 0. Is the trader going to know not to spend that 1,000, not to trade with that extra 1,000? That's still that
No,
profit.
it's already, that 1,000 is already in your save bucket here.
Okay. Yep.
So that's for futures. Every time it makes a trade, it says how much of that do I want to save and not let the auto trader use. In my case, because the market's really heating up now, we're really in a serious bull market. This is where the public is being duped. The public is being faked out by the drop in the prices. They don't realize that the market is actually moving around a lot. High volatility is a bull market. It doesn't matter which long-term direction the prices are going in. And that's where the public gets confused. And I can say that honestly because I talk to so many people. And I know a lot of people are so used to staring at their account value. And I'm like, stop looking at the account value. That doesn't even matter. What matters is you're taking money like crazy. And so, like, if I go here, if I go to the top of the screen, there's an expand button on the select currency screen. And I'm going to expand it. And this is showing me the percent movement. See in the middle here, 1.97%, 1.96%, 1.95%. Do you see those? That is, and a month ago, that was 0.31%. This market, even though the market dropped 65% in prices, but the volatility picked up 600%, I'm telling you, we are in a bull market like you never saw before. I mean, we are flying, man. And the coins on the left, the columns on the left are bigger, 2.37%, 6.62%. I'm telling you, man, I've been in this space now, cryptos, for almost 4 years, and I have never, and this is my screen. I wrote this, and so that I could monitor the volatility. And just before the October of 21 crypto winter crash, when it started crashing in October of 21, we were in a bull market. From April to October of 21, we were in a bull market. And you know what I saw then? These numbers. But these numbers dropped all the way to 0.31%. They slowed down a lot during the crypto winter. And now they're picking up like crazy. I mean, man, wait till the news starts coming out on the stuff that Trump's administration is doing for the crypto market. Watch when that news starts coming out, and watch what this market does.
Yeah,
It's going to be
you've actually
phenomenal. And we are just sitting here watching, just waiting for the auto traders to just rake in all that free money.
so you've actually rewritten the idea and definition of a bull and bear market because, as I said, and Attila chuckled at when I said, you know, if I could summarize this system, it eats volatility. So when you talk about a bull market, you're talking about a GoBabyTrade bull market because it doesn't matter if the prices are going up or where it goes, or if it's down, it doesn't matter where it goes. The volatility increase as it's eating profit up and down. What do you say? Buy, buy, sell, dump, buy, sell, pump, right? Yeah,
Right.
you've created a definition inside the trader. A bull market is high volatility. A bear market is low volatility, right?
Right.
Because it
If
lives
you have a
on.
grocery store and you're not selling anything, that's low volatility. High volatility is you're selling a lot of product. And now I'm going to give everyone a challenge. When I go to Trader Joe's and I'm doing the husbandly duty that I do so well, I push the cart. I try to watch my wife. I'll tell you, she'll go up. I'll see her staring at one wall of products, and I look and I stand there and I try to figure out which one is she gonna grab. And sometimes she'll walk away and not grab any of them, and it just freaks me out. It's like because I'm waiting to figure out. All right, I think she's gonna take that one. I think she's gonna take that one, and then she walks away and doesn't take any of them. I don't know how she does. She's amazing. I have an amazing wife. But watch the other workers while you're men, especially if you're just pushing the cart doing nothing else. Watch the workers in the store. You know what they're doing? They're putting product on the shelf. While the shoppers are taking it off, they're putting it back on, and they're filling the shelves all day long. It's an amazing thing to watch and learn. I mean, I observe that stuff, and I'm like, because if I walk by that shelf and there's no product on it, I'm not buying anything. But if there's product on it, I can buy it. One time I was looking for pistachios, there were none, and I walked right on by. But the next week I was in there, and the guy was actually filling the shelf with the pistachios while I was in there, and I
Ed,
grabbed a bag almost out of his hand.
we got to move on, guys.
Yep.
We got a lot of questions, so let's go to
You got to have product,
yeah, absolutely. So Ed,
and that's what the auto trader makes sure you have: inventory.
did you get the question from Veronica this morning that I sent you regarding that her percentages of the coins on the GoBabyTrade were different than the percentages that it was showing going up on her Coinbase? Did you receive that one?
No, I didn't look at any emails today.
Okay. All right. So she had about 4 or 5 coins on Coinbase that she's trading on the trader or in the trader. And the percentages are different. Like when it says the daily percentage that it's gone up, were different on the GoBabyTrade versus the Coinbase.
Well, You mean yeah, but her percentages are gonna be different because it's based on when she bought the
When
coin.
she bought it. Okay, that's
They're basing it on
today.
how much the coin went up or down today,
Today. Yeah.
overnight. So
Okay.
that's gonna be different.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can that's what I was going to send her, but I wanted to confirm it with you. So, Veronica, if there's anything else that's still not clear on that, let me know. Okay.
Ed, I've got a very, very, very difficult question to start with. Anonymous says, which is the best buffet in Vegas?
Well, you know, there are really, really $100 buffets on the strip. I can't eat $100 worth of food, and I don't care how much money I have. I can't spend that. You know, South Point is good, you know.
that was
$30 buffet, all you can eat.
that was actually a trick question.
Oh, you know, I like village pubs. You can, and they're all over the valley. You can, when you're driving, if you see a village pub, they have 10.99 steak and egg breakfast,
Okay, you're
24
making me
hours a day.
no.
Making
10.99
me
steak
hungry.
and eggs. It's my favorite place.
You're making us all hungry. All right, Mo asks, how do you tell which coins to select with the highest potential returns? We covered that in that. So do your
The
research.
highest counts report.
Yep. Now you know that was an early question.
It's on your menu even. Right here, menu. Move that out of the way. Menu, go down, highest trade counts. Now, some of you will notice I have more menu items than you have. You know, it's a lot of debug stuff, trader details. It's really junky stuff that you wouldn't want to look at. You wouldn't know what you were looking at anyway. Raw crypto data, you don't want to see that kind of stuff. There's just things on there. The one thing you do want to see is Coinbase allow list. If you have a Coinbase account, that'll take you right to the Coinbase allow list page in your Coinbase account. And that's for so you can make sure nobody can transfer coins out of your account. It's a critical feature that everybody should have turned on.
Absolutely, and you created a video in the video blog on that. It's a very
Even
first
if you
video watch.
if you don't have GoBabyTrade, if you have a Coinbase account, go into your Coinbase account and turn on the allow list feature. That'll secure your account.
Absolutely, positively. Tila's answering this, but is there a plan to continue this business for long term? How long are you planning to be in this business? Who takes over when you guys guys? We're all gonna die.
When I die.
No. She's asking when we all die. Well, so this is the succession plan. When I die, the trader keeps working for my wife and kids. When Mr. Barsano dies, he's got a I don't think it's going to be anywhere in the next 50 to 100 years, but
Yeah.
he has a succession plan.
Yeah. I mean, you don't conquer the market. You don't do something that everybody for the last 25 years said could not be done. You ever see that cartoon with all the penguins all around? 100 penguins, and there's one penguin in the middle saying, I gotta be me. You ever see that one? I think it's funny. But it's not funny because it's serious. It's really not easy to be the abstainer, to be the guy that tells everybody the market is not gambling, the market is just free money. I don't know why you're gambling. And
Yep.
that's not an easy thing to do when you're living in an entire population that thinks it's gambling or
Yep.
thinks it's impossible and doesn't see that it's just free money. Why
Well,
would you
well,
not just
well,
take this free money?
Well, Ed, for us for us that have average size brains, we literally are not taught. No one teaches this.
I'm telling you how to get a bigger brain. It's the smart water. I don't have a bigger brain. It's just that I just know that a 7-Eleven makes money by putting product on the shelf and selling it at a higher price. You don't, that's all it is. People are overthinking the whole thing. Now, it does require proper money management that only the computer can do. But I'm just saying, you don't have to gamble. There's no reason to be gambling. I have so many clients when they first sign up, they're eager to say, I want my trader, I want more money invested. I want to go put more in, and then I got to talk them down. See,
All right.
that's not the answer. Throwing all your money in there is not the answer.
All right.
That's not going to make it make more money, because it's the wiggling that makes it make more money, and that's the market.
I've got to answer this one, Edward, because it always comes up and it's so important for people to understand this. So Mark is asking, what do I do if one of the coins I'm trading goes from 55 trades per month down to 6? Do I change out the coin for a more active one? Well, you could certainly change out a coin at any time, but you don't want to get into that game. Listen, if you're trading with under $5,000, what I tell everybody to do, and this is not financial advice, it's just common sense. Don't pick 5 coins with under 5,000. Pick maybe at the most 2 or 3. If you're over
Yeah.
$5,000 up to $1 million, I mean, 3 to 6.
What is the coin? Please tell me the coin. We can look it up right now.
Mark, type in what coin we're talking about, okay? But there's been no science or no data that has come out that has said if you have 10 coins or 20 coins trading in GoBabyTrade, you're going to make more money than if only 3 are trading. Okay?
No, it'll be less. You'll make less,
It'll be less.
because here's one of the problems.
Yeah.
You see, if I was dividing my money equally, I have 20% of my money in each coin, right? Now, if I trade 10 coins, then I'm only going to have 10% of my money in each coin. If
Right.
I had 25 coins, I'm only going to have 4% of my money in each coin. So when it jumps up, I don't have very much money invested in it. So like when Alchemy Pay 3 weeks ago jumped 150%, if you were only trading with 4%, you wouldn't have had the huge day. You wouldn't have made as much money. Whereas if I go right here to January 31st, you can see what a wonderful day that was. All this profits. Look at all that ACH. All ACH closes and wiggles in the middle of it. While we were busy closing and taking profit, we were adding more and taking more profit. How sweet is that? That's an auto trader, baby. You gotta love it.
Go
I
ahead,
mean,
Ed.
we got them stuck.
But
Anyways, the more money you can put in a coin, the better.
right.
You don't want to have too many coins. Some people come with way too many coins and they spread their money too thin. Some people are trading with 1% per coin. They have no money in the coin at all, hardly. It's like if you were trading 3 coins, you got 34% on one coin and 33% on the next two. 33 and 33. You got a big bucket of money on those coins. And when they make a move, you make good money.
Well,
You
again,
don't
that takes
spread
us back to
yourself
the
too thin.
we neglected to mention that the highest trade counts is only 5 months old. You only created that report 5 months old or 5 months ago, and continue to enhance it. So this is one of the best tools that you could ever want, trader or no trader. This tells you what is moving in the market, and literally this compilation of data doesn't exist anywhere.
Anywhere else.
So yeah, and as I was talking about doing the math and the 55 times, if that happens on a month, then here's what I do and here's what I did. I looked at this report, went and looked at what the company does, and like ACH and GRT, they're billion-dollar companies that are trading for pennies. And then literally, like we said several times, just set it and forget it.
It's
It
like
literally
buying
just
Gillette for
works.
2 cents a share.
Right. It literally just works. Right. So
People
Mark,
are looking at the crypto market like it's different than the stock market. And in reality, these coins are the same as the stock coins. The only difference is they're not going for $400 a share. This is a money making day. You're never ever gonna, this is it for our generation. You're never gonna see an opportunity like this. This is the big one.
mm-hmm.
If you miss the Intel or the tech revolution, you miss the internet revolution, this is the big one. This is it. This is for our generation, for all of us. If you miss this crypto revolution, this is
Yep.
I mean, the rich are plowing millions into each one of these coins, man. They are loading up like crazy. And they're leaving everybody behind, most people. And this is it, and there's no way
Educate
they're leaving
yourself.
me behind.
Educate yourself. Educate yourself. The more you learn about crypto market and this, you've got two great resources we mentioned before, Loving All Over Crypto Casey. If you want to know stuff, she'll even answer those questions through a video. But you've got her as a resource. You've got the system as a resource, even before you decide, or if you ever decide to invest in the system and let it work for you. You've got the research right in front of you. There's no reason not to pick it up and learn. So, Carol, thanks for the comment. I can attest to the amazing support. Thank you all for being so responsive.
Wait, did we hear that symbol yet?
No, not.
Surely he didn't come back with the symbol?
Looking at bump.
No.
Okay. You take another couple. Does the system reinvest? This is from Philip. Philip, if you tell it to save no % of profit, then it literally, as you make a profit, it puts it essentially compounding right back into the system. So yes.
Right. That's why I said % of profits. I changed it because we're in a serious bull market. I changed it to % of profits to save to 0. Right. And because we are in a bull market now.
Yep.
And I want all my money going in. All these profits that you see down here that it's making, as it's making them, I want it to go back into the available funds.
Right.
All that.
Good strategy in a very volatile market. Mark also asked, where does the money go when you subtract the $500 Coinbase? So if you let me give an example of Ed Barsano. Ed Barsano has his Coinbase card, goes and spends $500 on the card. It takes it out of the save bucket, meaning the invisible money that the trader does not use because you told it to save it, right? And that's why in the example that he showed, physically going into the managed profits and subtracting the $500 out, because it literally is taking it out of that save bucket that you told it to save, but you spent the $500, if that makes sense. Right? It doesn't know.
Yeah, all your money. Well, the important thing to know for everyone is all your money, all your coins, everything's in Coinbase. So anytime that's your money, and GoBabyTrade has really no access to it other than it can see it and it can send orders to Coinbase. That's it. But if you go to your coin, but the money in here is telling the auto trader not to use this money. So, like if I go to this screen here, the select currencies screen, it says profit, I'm subtracting out my profits saved, and it's telling me what my cash remaining is after I subtracted it out. And so it's telling the software saying, I don't want to use this money, whatever's in that save bucket. So that's all GoBabyTrade's doing. It's not touching the physical money. It's just keeping track of how much is saved, and it's removing it from your cash remaining. And it's saying, I don't want to, I'm going to deduct that so the software doesn't use it.
Right. But in my example, Ed, when you go spend $500 out of your saved bucket, right? The trader.
Well, I spent that out of Coinbase's money.
That's correct. That's correct.
So now the software already removed it because that came out of your cash,
Right, but the trader doesn't know that you spent the $500.
Right. So you deduct it out of your saved money so that this trader will know.
Right. So in practice, if you spend money out of your Coinbase account, out of your saved account, you need to go tell it, if you spent the $500 or $1,000, you need to go into the saved bucket and take that money
and
out.
remove it.
Correct. Okay.
And you can always call. You can always call me, and I'll help you do it. Okay. Never hesitate to call. Make sure you have 2 hours to kill because I do talk. I
That's
do like to
it's
talk. You're my friends. I want to talk to my friends.
very good, very good. So Benny's asking, do you have classes to teach you how to use the program? This is going to sound like a flippant answer, but it's not meant to be because it's really the truth, right? If you have issues with connecting the software, then we will help you both uh, RCT marketing systems and supported GoBabyTrade will help you with it. But once it's connected, literally other than what we've shown you in the possibilities of saving money in your bucket, not saving money in your bucket, there isn't anything else to learn. You can pick it up, obviously, as we're showing you these things on, excuse me, on the replays. But there is no formal class. Excuse me. Once you get past the setup, it literally works by itself. Set it and forget it. Now, to more
There's
comprehensive,
question marks right next to
right.
each one of these.
Right. But if someone's brand new, I get it. So what we're realizing is that there's a very, very large percentage of the people out there that over the last couple of months, couple of years have heard everybody talking about this crypto thing and that and the other. And quite frankly, if they're asking questions of people that have been in the crypto market, they're probably not getting a clear answer or a clear view of what is capable in the crypto market. Why? Why? If you're brand new and you don't know how to spell crypto, and you go ask your buddy that's been in crypto the last 3 years, your buddy's pissed because the market's down so much. It's not a matter of what you've now understood that this system does is it eats volatility. Unless you have this system in place, the average person in crypto or somebody that doesn't know crypto at all has no idea what the power is. So don't be misled by information but that you gather and get from people that are pissed because they're a buy and holder and the market's down, right? This isn't a buy and hold. This is trade and make money while you sleep. Now, to finish the comprehensive piece of the puzzle with Benny's question is that we are working in the background to build a community.
Videos.
Right. Everybody. Well, not only videos, but everybody that becomes part of this community, as in they're purchasing the trader. We're putting together a community where you can interact with one another because you're now speaking the same language. Right. We're not ready to talk about details of what that is, but you'll have access to all the videos created. You'll have access to interact with one another, trading your own strategies, not giving people. We're not giving you financial advice, but this community is so powerful. We do respect the fact that you would benefit even more if people that are taking advantage of this are going to be able to speak to one another. So, Benny, great question. Sorry I belabored it on both sides of the answer, but thank you. Gregory.
Edward, let me just say this also to everyone. You could go right now and go. We have a fabulous Q&A section that has over 30 questions that are answered. We have a video section. On the video section, Mr. Barsano is working on adding a lot more content. But right now, even I have a video there that shows people how to go live with Coinbase and how to do the API connection. So really,
we help you right away do that. We help everybody go live right away. I literally go through every person that's signed up each day that is not live already, and I call them. And some of you, and you will know that. I see all the new signups on the day because we get quite a few, but a lot of them already have there are instructions already right there to go live.
Yeah.
But for the ones that don't go live right away, I call them up right away and get them to go live. Get you going live. It's all about, once you put in your symbols, really the only thing that's left to do is go live. It starts out in paper trade mode, but then after, it trades in paper trade, which means it doesn't use real money. All you do is put in the symbols to start. Like you just put in by default, it already has a button. You just push a button in it, and it automatically puts in ACH, GRT, and SHIB, those 3 coins. And if you just say there, go next, you're done right there. It'll start paper trading. Then all you have to do is point it to your Coinbase account, to bring in, so that it can trade live.
Right.
And it's all super simple. It's all done within 10 minutes. And the paper trading part, where you just put in the symbols, that's instant. As soon as you buy the auto trader, the very next screen is going to say enter your symbols. So you enter those three, you just hit default, those three symbols come up, you hit next, and you're done. It's that fast.
Yep. Gregory, when you move all your profits into trading during a bull market, will you also adjust the lots to buy at a dip? I'm assuming, I'll read into this a little bit, Gregory, type in again if it's not the right assumption, but you're talking about the strategy of letting the system compound your money in a bull market versus getting a little bit more conservative in a bear market. So I'm going to touch on that as I just talked about the rewrite of the definition of bull and bear markets within the confines of this trader. As long as there's volatility, high volatility is a bull market, low volatility is a bear market. Now, Ed, I'm not sure whether you're ready to touch on this, but you kind of hinted a couple of weeks ago about the prospect of putting another feature in the system that may assist with strategy shift when the market shifts.
Right, but that's not in there right now. And the market doesn't shift like you think it would. It's not bull one day, bear the next. I mean, you don't look at the market on a daily basis because one day it's down, the next day it's up. That like that. One day you're having a bull day, the next day you're having a bear day. That's not what you're talking about. You're talking about an overall shift. Like we hit the October 21 crypto winter where it was a long-term downtrend. We hit a long-term downtrend. That's a shift. And now we've turned into a long-term uptrend. The strategy's already set by default when you get it already for this bull market. Your trader's already set. It doesn't have to change anything. You don't have to change anything when you get it. Just turn it on. Get the show on the road. It's really a matter of just getting started. Every day you're not trading is a day you're not making money. That's all that's to it. And I've talked to people for 6 months, a year, because I'm willing to talk about anything. I'll talk about the border, the vaccines, I talk to everybody, and we're all friends, we're all in the same boat. And we talk about, somebody will tell me 6 months later after they finally sign up, they say, man, why didn't I sign up 6 months ago? And they all say that. Oh, why didn't I sign up a year ago? And of course, the sooner you turn it on, the sooner it starts cranking out money. It literally cranks out money just about every single day. You can see it here every day. I mean, these are today, and yesterday, it had all those 225 trades. And then 224, it did a lot of buying, but those are trades too. And it did a sell. And so just about every single day you're doing sells. So every day that you're not trading is a day you're not making money.
Okay, we got like we always do every week. We have questions on which coin should I be trading, blah, blah, blah. Which would you pick between this coin and that coin? That's financial advice. We're not going there. If you're not sure which coins you want to be trading, just use the default button. As soon as you buy the license, there's a button on the select currency screen. It's a gray button that says default coin. What is it? Default what? Coins? Just click on it. It'll give you the 3 coins Mr. Barsano had triple-digit returns with during a crypto winter over 2.5, 3 years. 800 days to be almost exact. And I remember those 800 days. They were brutal. I was not using the trader then. Okay. But if you're not sure, just use the default coins. It's easy. Don't complicate this, folks. The people that have the hardest time with the trader are the ones that are trying to outsmart it or outthink. Don't outthink. This is simplicity. He made it so simple for us. He even put a button that says default and it adds the coins in for you. You don't have to think. So if you want,
can I make one point?
Yeah.
One important point here is when you get your trader, you don't have to have any coins. Just start with USD or USDC. The software will do the buying. Some people, when they sign up, they right away go and buy all these coins and then put them into the trader. And I'm like, no, you didn't need to do that. Just put the coins in. The software will do the buying. You can always see when you first turn it on. If I go to the bottom, well, you can't see it here because I don't have all the data because it was getting too big down here, too many trades. But normally the first day is nothing but buying. The first thing, it looks like that, all buying. And then it starts selling. So let the software do the buying. You don't need to do the buying. You
Yeah,
don't need
and
to run out and buy $10,000 worth of alchemy pay, ACH,
no,
and then
no,
let the trader trade it. You just put in the coin, the USD or the USDC, and the software will do the money management and decide how many to buy, and then it'll do the buying.
right.
Yep.
Just to dovetail on that a little bit, because people ask me this all the time. What if somebody already has 3 coins in Coinbase and those 3 you want to add, or let's just use one. Let's say somebody has, I don't know, GRT. They already own that on Coinbase and they identify GRT as a coin they want the trader to trade. Then you could just leave it on Coinbase and GRT. It'll pull that in. It'll take about an hour, but it'll pull it in, right, Ed?
Yeah, because that's called reconciliation. It's
Right.
always comparing with the coin with GoBabyTrade with what's in your Coinbase or your Kraken account. And if it sees, uh-oh, he's got shares there that don't match the shares I have, then it goes into the reconciliation process. That process runs once an hour because we have to give Coinbase time to do what they're doing. Sometimes they might take 30 minutes before they finish a trade.
Right, right.
So the software it'll wait 1 hour for that. If you have USD only and you don't own the coin at all, the software will immediately buy it.
Perfect.
Uh,
Okay, Edward, go ahead.
yeah, you're giving a written answer to Mark. Let me ask this because a lot of people are asking about it, and it's becoming a very. I talk to a lot of financial advisors, and they ask what we do. That we talk. I end up talking about the trader, like, oh my God, you mean it works with IRAs? And so there's 2 answers. Well, yes, the answer is yes. There within Coinbase, you can open up a separate Coinbase Prime account. Just go look it up, contact them. It's easy to set up. Within your Coinbase Prime account, you can do a self-directed IRA, which is extraordinarily powerful. If you want to make more than 10% on your money, then let the trader be your full-time trader that's not sitting in your basement that you don't have to feed, and you only have to pay them what it comes out to $97 a month to trade your IRA. The second thing I want to talk about, because Mark asked specifically, are you looking into adding I Trust Capital as another exchange so that I can roll into my existing Roth IRA into that and benefit from the trader? So Mark obviously is a very, very smart and acute fan of Crypto Casey because she loves I Trust Capital. So I can't answer that. Ed, you may
I'm
want to touch
looking
on
at
that.
it.
Okay,
I'm
excellent.
looking at their API to see, how to integrate it.
Right. Do you know how powerful this is if you're looking at taking your hard-earned money year over year over year that you're benefiting from an IRA and then putting turbochargers on it? That's a rhetorical question. So good. Thank you, Mark. Um, excuse me. So Carol, she says, "Yup, Ed called me within 5 minutes. I got connected because of his help. So amazing." See, people love you.
Thanks.
As a matter of fact, here's something that'll make your head swell because I think it's really going to happen. I have an academic friend of mine that said they just started learning about the traders, still doing research. Maybe he's pulled the trigger already. I'm not sure, but he said what I see here is Nobel Prize worthy. What if I were to nominate him, which he's an eligible nominator? Could you imagine? I mean, quite frankly, nobody's ever seen this before. You talk about the theory of finance and how things work. again, last time I'm going to love on you too. Well, maybe not the last time, but the idea that you have changed the paradigm of people's thinking of what finances are, and you make it personal and you give them the power, not blowing smoke, but to control what they're doing and making a fair, give you level of playing field like Attila talked about, and putting people in a position where if they choose to, can highly benefit from it.
However, I won't get the Nobel Prize because my screens aren't pretty enough.
Well,
I've actually received emails like that, criticisms, that, oh, it looks like a 1990s app, that kind of stuff. I deliberately don't clutter the screens up with a bunch of garbage or a bunch of useless information. I see other systems that they think they get bonuses. They're like, oh, people are impressed because they do all these things. They don't understand. I've already been there. I did that with my first system when I had 10 screens. And remember what I call those 10 screens?
10
10
ways to
screens
blow
of
you up.
ways to blow yourself up. You don't need all that. Nobody needs that. I don't want to give you one extra button to click that you don't need. I get suggestions all the time for things, and I'm like, that's just noise. You're just asking me to put more stuff, that isn't gonna make it make more money. This thing runs it only needs one menu.
Yeah, what does Attila say? Listen, when I get in the car, I don't need to know how the engine works. I don't need to know how many cylinders it has, how many miles per gallon. I just want to get from point A to point B. So Carol writes in, Nobel Prize, yes. Kurt says, I would love to keep this robotic trader secret. LOL. Sorry, buddy. We're here to get everybody at least exposed to the information. Then you make your own decision.
Yeah, it's pretty much secret. It's secret anyways. I mean, we don't have, a million clients, we're not out there all over. That's why I asked TD Ameritrade how you even found me.
So look,
and of course their answer was you're real, but they never really told me who told them about us. But he knew that that he wanted his TD Ameritrade clients to be using it.
So let me say this, Mr. Einstein. Not everybody knows about it yet. As you talked about, go back a little bit further in the conversation, when you talked about all of the things that the new administration is doing for a positive crypto market, when people start, and that's why we do what we do. This is a revolution that Crypto Casey has started with her audience and her audience only. You're not going to find anybody else that offers this in the crypto market, period, because we made it that way. But when people start finding out about it, you're going to reach Maxwell wrote, the tipping point. At some point, everybody's going to start knowing about this because everybody's going to start talking about it. And I can tell you, everybody that gives us feedback of how powerful this is changing their life, everybody's going to know about it. And we're going to make sure.
Can I make another point? When some people ask a question like, what happens if too many people are using the auto trader? Won't they be cannibalizing against each other? That's a question I've received a few times anyways. The answer is it wouldn't hurt a thing. No different than I want to buy a loaf of bread, so I want to buy it because I want it. It's good for me, even though bread's not really good for you, but I'm just trying to make a point. If I'm buying the bread because I want to buy it, and then I go to the store and buy it, and they sold the bread to me, they benefited too. We both benefited. When an auto trader buys a coin, it doesn't matter who it's buying from. We don't care. It could be buying from another auto trader, another GoBabyTrade trader. We're buying it, your auto trader's buying it because it's time for your trader to buy it. They're selling it because it's time for them to lock in profits on their trade. So you're both benefiting. There isn't that one buys it and the other has to lose. Not at all.
Yeah, that's a great, we only have 5 to 7 more minutes, folks. So we're going to rip through these and we're not going to get to all of them, but let me cover this first question by Ted. I just bought GoBabyTrade 5 days ago. At this point, I'm still in simulation, but I've made $368 in paper trading. I'm happy, but when I go live, I'll be real happy. I do have some questions about going live, and I hope it will be real soon. Hopefully, I can speak with someone that can point me in the right direction for the right decisions. Well, we can't give you financial advice, but if you call me and you need assistance, or first text, email me at
Then
support.
he'll secretly give you financial advice.
No, no, no.
If you email us at support@rctmarketingsystems.com, it's in the chat. Then I'll be happy to walk you through it if we can help you back and forth. We'll talk by phone or we'll do a Zoom, whatever it takes. I mean, we're here to help. So
Yeah,
that's
he'll take you to this highest trade count report and show you what's at the top.
yeah. Thank
Greg says simplicity is power. Font color reality. Ed, just keep it as simple as possible because you will have many semi-educated people coming on board in the future. The global village is not in reality as modern as deemed by Uber type generations. So I'm pretty sure that was a compliment.
Yeah, we don't want to make it complicated, at all. You don't need it to be complicated, and complicated doesn't mean better at all.
right.
Chasing money is the easiest way to go. Let the software just chase the money. This
Yep.
is a 7-Eleven without the bricks and mortar. Just think of it like that.
So
No overhead.
Mark Schaefer wants to know, he says, this is to Ed. And by the way, Mark Schaefer is a great family friend of ours. He's like family. So good question. And I know this is kind of an ad lib, but he wants to know if you wrote Windows 3.0 OS.
You mean that junky version? No.
Uh,
When I started at Microsoft, Bill Gates asked me, if I could program on a PC, and I told him no. I didn't know how to, I was a mainframe programmer, and he said, "Why are you doing this on a VAX and not on a PC?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm going to find out." Within 6 months, I was done with the VAX project, and I was in a PC group.
Mm.
But
so
no, I did not work on the Windows. I did not work on Windows.
so
What
you can't take blame for that.
Hold on, Edward. What exactly would you say your main project was there at Microsoft? What was your, like, did you have
The
a,
internet.
okay.
Internet 1.0 online. It was called Microsoft Online. Some of you may
Yep.
have heard of it.
Yeah.
And that was what led to to the to their browser.
Oh,
I was
okay.
version 1 of that.
Wow.
That's
Version 1. When you're version 1, man, you're creating the whole infrastructure for it. So it's cool. A lot of fun. I had a lot of fun there.
Mark says, fantastic story. Your trader looks like an old Windows. So, and that's a compliment because because he's a nerd too, right? So he just called you the godfather of the internet. That's what you are. That's how we're going to introduce you from now on. Kurt says integration is super great, super easy. Ed did a great on that part. So yeah, everybody that uses it is just thrilled. Mo says,
And
can
they
my
really
husband?
are. You can say it just about everybody.
Yep. Unless they figured out how to blow themselves up. Can a husband and wife use GoBabyTrade platform at the same time? You only can if you're using one Coinbase or Kraken account. If you have two separate accounts, it's two separate licenses.
right.
Right. So
Yeah, you would need 2 auto traders because they're running independently.
Carol says I would love to access Ed's bio. So yeah, we're gonna write a book about the godfather of the internet. Is it true that Coinbase charges more fees than Kraken? I can't.
No, I don't think so. No, I've never heard that.
Well, I can give you a little side note. Coinbase, when you connect Coinbase or the trader to Coinbase, it uses Coinbase Advanced, which is automatically reduced fees.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a question that pops up. I'll ask this one from Jose because we didn't get this question yet, and normally we do. So, question, your servers can scale dynamically to accommodate increased capacity, elasticity. They're hosted in the cloud, correct? Not in a traditional data center?
The cloud is a data center.
Okay.
So yes, yes, and yes. Oh, look at that. There you go. Unplanned. Look at your screen.
Just
And
gave me a free $117. Thank you. Thanks for the free money.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Nice. Nice prompt. See, folks, now if you have the trader, along with that little white square comes a nice cash register cha-ching sound, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
So,
so if you're in the kitchen and you hear the ka-ching come out of the bedroom, you go running in there to see how much you made. It's just free money. It's like free money.
yeah,
That's how I look at it. I just call it free money.
that's your first profit in 13 hours, but that's pretty
Is
cool.
it really? Oh man, I'm in trouble.
12 hours, 12 hours. Yeah. Okay, folks, listen, we're going to end the Zoom here because we try to respect everybody's time. We can't go 3 hours. It's ridiculous. But I think everybody got the big picture of what's available to you at your fingertips here with the trader. You're fortunate enough where Crypto Casey offers $1,000 discount on the trader if you use her link, which Edward put in the chat. We're here every Wednesday. You have the support email links. So there's no excuse to have any questions moving forward. You could contact us anytime. And we look forward to seeing you again. We look forward to you having a lot of success with the trader. Ed, thank you so much for being here week after week and great job. And same to my cohort, Edward.
Yep.
And any final words, Edward?
Yes, sir. I'm going to turn the chat on for a second while I'm going over this next part. So people ask a lot of questions about how much money do I need to start with. So we created some examples, again, not financial advice, but let me turn the chat on. And just if you would, please type in a yes or a no, whether you have seen or are getting the chat. The first I put in was the Crypto Casey discount link. You can click on that. It doesn't commit you to buy anything, but you can do all your research. Just make sure you're in the correct spot, because then if you choose to buy, then you automatically click buy now. Then you'll see the fact that you're getting that discount. The second I put in were the support emails, support@RCT Marketing Systems and support@GoBabyTrade. The third item that I put in was Crypto Casey's when she joined us live on February 12th. So if you please do me a favor and
Getting any feedback from anybody?
I'm not getting any feedback. Hang on a second. Panelists, any?
Oh, now we're starting.
There we go. There we go. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So you're seeing that.
Thank
All
you.
right. Let's see. What else do we need to share with you? Oh, the idea that that you're welcome to use the same link that you registered for this. Please do share it. It's worth turning somebody on to the knowledge as well. But every time you use the link, you must register for that week. And quite frankly, you can hit the drop down menu. You can register for all of them at the same time. So I'm also going to post in there Crypto Casey's last video that she did specifically on the trader. This is a 10 or 15-minute video on her experience with the trader. That's her YouTube link. Okay. And showing, last thing I want to show you is I'm going to give you an example of if you were to.
Hypothetical.
Right. Hypothetical example, if you were to, there it is. Hopefully everybody can see that. If you were to, let's just go 2 steps back. The trader, as we talked about, since its inception, and an annualized basis has been returning triple-digit returns. That's not financial advice. That's just fact and what it's done. So this example, this hypothetical is based on what if it did the exact same thing. If you bought the license now, what it would do over the next 3 years, right? So you'd be investing the $3,499. And on top of that, if you started trading with $2,500, and it did over the next 3 years, as it's done the last 3 years, you're looking at a profit of, after the cost and after your initial investment, $16,501, right? I don't know where else you can get that return unless Ed Barsano's got a special bank that pays you more. This is another example, just doubling it, right? right? $5,000 start with 3,500. So you're 8,500 in for 3 years. At the end of the 3 years, you've got a net profit of approximately $36,000. And you can see if it's a 5-year example, and it continues to just compound if you don't take your money out. So that's it. That's it. If you have any questions, apologies, we didn't get to everybody's question. But if you didn't feel that it was answered, please email us, email both of us. Somebody's going to answer it, meaning support at GoBabyTrade and also support at RCT Marketing Systems. But with that, Ed, always godfather of the internet. I mean, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you. Attila, awesome. I love educating people. This is so much fun. So thank you, everybody that showed up, and expect an email by about this time tomorrow with the replay in it.
Very good. Until next time, folks, take care. Thank you. Bye now. Thanks, Ed.
Cheers.
Go Navy.
More smart water.